Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This is my third time trying to record this video, and it's been a while since I've made a video, and I don't want to make another 17-minute rant about random stuff. So today I have my favorite mice at the moment, the Vaxee Twins, and what I was going to do was go in depth about each of them, but I think I'm going to do a little bit of a rapid comparison to people kind of on the fence about buying these two. And I'm also going to tell you how each one interacts with my hand size in case you also have my hand size. Just for reference, 17 by 10. That's the hand size. Okay, so 17 length, centimeters, of course, by 10 centimeters across. About, give or take a few point centimeters. So the white mouse here is going to be the Zygon MP01. The matte black mouse is going to be the Outset AX. So fully ergo and then kind of a blend between symmetric and ergo, but still ergo. So they are both ergo. As the first point, I want to make that the first point. They are both ergo mice. However, if you are used to symmetric mice and you know that you like symmetric mice, I'll tell you right now, don't even go with the AX. If you want to try an ergo, go with the AX. It'd be a great idea. It's probably the best ergo out there right now, if I'm being completely honest, especially with mods. But if you are used to symmetric mice, definitely go with the MP01. There are a few things that you can do to make this up to par and make the Switch feel nice, and I'll get into that later. But for right now, I'm just going to do direct comparisons between the two and tell you which ones, or let you decide which one you like more based on these comparisons. So first off, I'll do the clicks. I hate doing click tests, but I'll do it for this. So MP01 clicks are going to be a lot more tighter. The actuation is, there's basically right when you click, it actuates. So to give you an idea behind the feel of that, you press down, you will click. It's not light, but you will click. There's no post-travel or pre-travel. Basically just clicks immediately. This is what they sound like. So it's left and right click. And then we have the scroll wheel. Sounds bad. It's not bad. It feels really good, promise. These are the side buttons. So that was front and then back side button. And yeah, so AX time, we have the left click and right click. Scroll wheel. Side buttons. Cool. All right, so now that the technicalities are out of the way, these things are I guess I'll talk about the slight differences first, and then I'll talk about the benefit of each one. So the differences right now are going to be, most importantly, it's, other than the shape, of course, is going to be the height of the scroll wheel. So the scroll wheel on the AX is very low, and there's more steps in it. I would tell you that you can't really tell. It's definitely a little bit more travel per click or per step on the MP01, but you're using it in game. These feel a little bit more pronounced than the AX does. It's a little smoother on the AX. So there's a reason people that play CS and Valorant love the MP01. Everything is just catered towards esports. So yeah, I prefer the height of the clicks, or of the scroll wheel on the AX. It's lower. It's a lot easier to access, but I prefer the feel of the scroll wheel on the MP01. But both very solid. Side button placement on the AX is a lot better than MP01. Well, that's a lie. Not a lot better. It's better. For the way that this mouse makes you grip, so you are going to be in a tilt grip, so your hand is going to be rotated out a little bit more. Your wrist is going to be tilted. The height that you have between the bottom of the mouse and the buttons here gives you plenty of space to tilt your wrist. This cannot be said about the MP01, so you don't have that much space, but that's okay because this is a lower profile mouse, and you're most likely going to have a default grip that's very similar to what you have on your symmetrical shapes. Yeah, there's a lot of space to work with the Outset. It's very comfortable. It is more comfortable than the NP01, but comfortable doesn't always translate to better aim, because there are factors that come into aim other than, oh, this mouse is comfortable to hold. It does feel small. The NP01 does feel smaller, and that does help a lot in controlling where you want it to go, without, or like with your fingers. So micro adjustments on the NP01 is a lot better, a lot easier. Yeah, I guess I would say that's the main benefit of like the smaller compact shape. The AX is easier, to me at least, for tracking. I usually find mice that fill up my palm a lot more are better for tracking for me than using my fingers. My tracking on the NP01 is not the best, but if you're playing TAC FPSs, I think you are very concerned with precision clicking versus tracking. Not saying that tracking is not a good thing to practice. It's definitely probably more important than, it was definitely more important than flicking to practice, because it's more fundamentals. But if you need something for, if your tracking's really poor and you're trying to kind of beef up your tracking, maybe look at the AX over the NP01. Yeah, the ways that you can grip. So it's a lot easier to claw the NP01 because you have a lower button height on the front. The AX definitely fills your hand, and it definitely promotes a more wrist-specific aim style on the AX, because you don't really have too much room. So if I'm clawing it normally, like how I normally do, this is my range of horizontal movement. It's kind of hard to show you on this thing, but I basically can go that far forward, that far back, and that's partially due to how short my fingers are. But I don't feel as limited on the NP01. I can kind of pull it back a lot and forward. I am more of a wrist and arm aimer now, though. Used to be a wrist aimer. So yeah, that's that. I will say there's one thing with gripping this mouse that throws me off a little bit on the AX. If I'm tilt gripping on this mouse and the mouse is a little bit off center, I find that if I'm there's a part in the mouse where if it's tilted a little bit too much towards you, in order to promote the tilt grip, there is a location where if you're tracking to the left and the right, if you track to the left, your crosshair actually moves down, and then you're kind of forced to straighten out the mouse a little bit more. And in doing that, if you have shorter fingers, it could kind of not jab you, it's not uncomfortable, but it could press into your palm on the left side right here. And I know I don't like that, but I definitely got over it with this. I had a rant on that on my M42 video. But if you don't like things filling up the entirety of your palm and only like kind of the center of your palm, I would kind of stay away from the AX as well. Generally, if you like an ergo shape, you know that you like an ergo shape, and ergo shape lovers are kind of diehards. They don't really go for anything else, so you probably already know what market you're in. But I would definitely say people that are into the that want to give the Vaxee mice a try, I definitely think the MP01 is the overall better pick. But there are a few things that need to be said first. The cable on the NP01 is unacceptable. It's the AX cable, which, it's arguably the same exact cable. It is the same exact cable. If you put this mouse in a bungee, it's not that bad. If you have the NP01 mouse in a bungee, it's still bad. For some reason, it adds so much weight to the NP01. Maybe because it's a smaller package. So definitely switch out the cable if you go this route. And I went ahead and switched out the feed as well. So I put core pads on there. Putting core pads and a better cable on your mouse will make it feel lighter. And that fixed basically virtually every issue that I have with the MP01's weight. It's obviously not an ultralight. It doesn't try to be an ultralight. And coming from an ultralight, that's okay. So I think, hey, give it a shot. If you guys like this comparison video, or if you want something a little bit more in-depth, I can go in depth into either of these mice. I can compare them to ultralights. I can do a in-depth actual comparison of these two mice and break down every little detail of these mice and how it affected my aim. I just wanted to, or I can do that for you guys. Just let me know in the comments. I just wanted to put something out, direct comparison. I put all the technical stuff at the beginning for people that don't want to listen to the specifics of why I like different things. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.